Hi folks, Sarah Goodman here, museum educator at Drakewell Museum and Park in Titusville, Pennsylvania, birthplace of the modern petroleum industry. Today I am here to get your help. I have a little bit of a mystery on my hands that's called What Is It? You see, at the museum we have a collection of artifacts that is known as our for-use collection. And these are objects that were used in the daily life of people in the 19th, 20th, and 21st century. And these items were used either in the home or in the workplace. And I have shelves and shelves of these objects, and I don't know what all of them are. But I need to know so that I can teach you all about life here in the 19th, 20th, and 21st century in the oil region. So today you're going to help me because I have one of the objects from the for-use collection here with me today. And it's this right here. It's kind of little. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a brief description of this object, and then I'm going to show you 3 ways to use it, and you are going to help me figure out what is the correct way to use it, and therefore we'll figure out what the object is. So let me tell you a little bit about this object. This object is made of metal, and I believe this might be ivory. Not very sure of it. It also might be ceramic, but it's definitely metal, and as you can see, it's not very big, maybe a little over 6 inches long, and it's got a little hook here on the end, and it's very lightweight. So, what is this? Well, my first guess is that ladies don't like to get their hands messy sometimes. And we know that here in the oil region, when oil was struck in 1859, that pickling and preserving food was very important. And women would often make jars of pickles. And so this is a pickle hook. You would open the jar of pickles, and then you would use this hook to get the pickles out of the jar. So the first guess is that this is a pickle hook for getting pickles out of the jar without getting your fingers messy. So that is guess number 1. Guess number 2, well, it's got a little hook here. And in the 19th century and the early 20th century, shoes and clothing was often closed or kept secure using buttons like I have on my shirt today. And sometimes our fingers are too big to fight with these buttonholes. So this was used instead, and they would simply stick it through the buttonhole, and they would get the button and they could close their shirts. So, a button hook. Guess number 3, well, we all know you have to go to the dentist. And guess what? This was used by the dentist. The dentist would stick it in your mouth and he would pull a tooth out if the tooth was rotten or broken. So, it might be a tooth extractor for taking out bad teeth. Ouch. Oh, my teeth hurt just thinking about that one. But maybe it's a tooth extractor. So guess number 1 is that it's for getting pickles out of the jar without getting your fingers messy. Guess number 2 is that it's for closing buttons on shirts and other items of clothing. And guess number 3 is for it's pulling a tooth. Ouch! Now, let's think about this. Which is the correct use of this object? I'll give you a minute to think about it. Well, guess what? I bet you didn't get this one. But maybe you are one smart cookie and you got it. And I think you are one smart cookie and that you figured this out. This is a button hook. It is used by Victorian women And those are the women that were in the 19th and 20th century. And it was used for closing buttons, for making it easier to get shirts buttoned, and also boots. And yes, I did say boots. Today's boots are like this, where they have shoelaces and shoe holes, and then they have hooks on them that you wrap a lace around. But in the 19th and early 20th century, these boots would not have had shoelaces. They would have had buttons and buttonholes. And women would often bend over and use their button hooks to get the button through the buttonhole. And the reason they needed one of these is because they would wear what's called a corset, which was a very stiff undergarment. And that would make it very difficult for women to bend over to button their shoes. So this would allow a woman to bend over easier, to reach down, and to hook her shoes. So this is an early button hook. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson of what is it, and I hope to see you soon at Drakewell Museum and Park, where you can help me solve the mystery of all of those items on those shelves. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.